They have a record attendance, though, of 115,000 in a 2013 game against Notre Dame. And realistically, when you look at Michigan Stadium and the way it's designed, it's built into the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the top 10 biggest college football stadiums. This is fully updated, yes, for 2023. I'm going to be going from number 10 to number 1 based off of their listed capacity. And we're also going to
I'm going to guess, and I'm going to say places like Texas, Alabama, Louisiana, what are states? Florida might have the biggest stadiums, but I want to say Texas, because Texas is big. They're massive. So yeah, let's go. Ooh, that looks like, is that Penn State? We are Penn State. Looks like it. This is going to be fun. Let's go. Actually, let me guess. I'm going to say the biggest stadium's probably going to be like 95 to 97,000. Because I know how big these stadiums are. But yeah, let's go.
Talking about the stadiums now, just kind of as an overview for this video, all of these stadiums have roughly the same history.
Okay.
They were built in the early to mid 1900s. They experienced several seating expansions, and now they've all gone through some type of modernization process as the schools try to keep them up to par. But we're going to be kicking it off with number 10, and it's funny enough, this is probably the only one that hasn't been, invested into. It is the Cotton Bowl. So this is where the neutral site Texas-Oklahoma rivalry game is always played, the 11 a.m. Central start time. I think that game's normally early October. The capacity currently is just above 92,000, so it is the 10th biggest college football stadium owned by the city of Dallas, and they currently do have natural grass. Its record attendance was 96K. That happened a few different times, but yes, the Cotton Bowl has gone through several different expansions, although it really is a crappy stadium, and I feel fine saying that. And it's very easy to see why, because it doesn't really have a tenant. No one has really invested a lot of money into stadium upkeep and really making it a modern venue. So the Cotton Bowl, because it doesn't have that tenant, it doesn't have that team that's going to have to, renovate it.
So I'm guessing there isn't any permanent team. I think he said earlier there's Texas player there and Oklahoma plays there. So Texas and Oklahoma, they're right beside each other for them to be playing there. That's interesting. So they haven't got any permanent team playing there. But 92,000, that's NFL standard. That's bigger than NFL standard. You think a team, a franchise, you call it franchise. You think a franchise would say, yo, let's do this place up and play there. That don't make sense. I don't know. I could be wrong here. But yeah, let's continue. What's going on? Sorry.
Really does look old, and it's just two giant ovals of seating, and that creates its capacity at 92K. If there was a situation where, let's say, some team used the Cotton Bowl as their home stadium, it would have to be renovated. There's no doubt about it, but because it normally just hosts one big game every single year, that is why the stadium is in its current condition. At number 9 for biggest capacity, it is Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. Capacity right under 93K currently since 2004, and they had a record attendance in that non-conference home-and-home series with Notre Dame back in 2019. The stadium does have natural Bermuda grass, and taking a look at it, you can see the extra little mini upper deck that was installed to Georgia. Kind of the unique thing about the stadium, very rarely will you see a college football stadium with actually 3 different decks of seating. That's what Georgia has, and they've gone through several different renovations, and they're planning to do another renovation that really won't change much of the stadium. What it's going to do is it's going to alleviate the concourses. It's going to open them up, kind of something a lot of modern stadiums.
So I'm guessing they must do events just to pay for the stadium, for their stadiums. The one in Texas, the Cotton Bowl, I'm guessing you might get people like Taylor Swift, Beyonce, or maybe some festival happening there just to pay for it. Because I don't see them leaving the stadium empty all year. They have to be making money off the stadium. Also, the college stadiums as well. Because when the students are not playing, are they using the stadium for other stuff as well? You think they are. Fairs, concerts, maybe play some football there sometimes. Yeah, I'm guessing even when Premier League teams, when they go to America for their tour, preseason tour, sometimes they actually train in the colleges. I think so. See, let me know. What do they use the college stadiums for when the college students are not playing on them? Do they use them for other stuff? Let me know that. That's something I actually love to find
Are
out.
getting now, especially these older college football ones. They were built in the mid 1900s, and now they're need to be changed and upgraded to the current standard. So Sanford Stadium there. The next one, it is Bryant-Denny Stadium, currently with a
100,000.
capacity just above 100,000, and that's the golden number for stadiums now. If you have a capacity above 100K, you are virtually a blue blood. That's kind of like the fun little number that teams try and hit. But their record attendance was just over 101K. They have gone through tons of different expansions. You can see it is interesting. In 2010, they expanded to almost 102K, and then they brought it back down. That's another thing you won't see very often, teams bringing it back down, but we've seen it a few different times where they will expand the premium seating, and they'll also open up the stadium and kind of give it some room to breathe. So Alabama removed almost 2,000 total seats to their stadium capacity. That happened in between 2019 and 2020, but Bryant-Denny Stadium, I'm not going to say it looks like an NFL stadium, but it does kind of give off that vibe a little bit. Certainly very legendary, very nice. And Bama football obviously does have an amazing home field advantage. They've also done several different exterior renovations.
So wait, this is in Alabama. Also, is Cotton Bowl in Texas or is it in Alabama? Because I seen Alabama. Was it Oklahoma that I saw earlier? Oh my God, I'm getting confused now. Was it Oklahoma? I'm always getting confused with Oklahoma and Alabama. They sound very similar. Alabama, Oklahoma. Is it Alabama? There's Roll Tide. Roll Tide. Sorry. Sorry.
That's another thing with a lot of these stadiums. They all have to get exterior renovations because there's just nothing there. There's nothing to them. If they're built in the 1920s, the 1930s, they add on seating, and it's like they do nothing to the exterior of the stadium. A lot of them have gotten exterior brick renovations and things like that. At number 7, it is Texas Memorial Stadium. They also are just above 100K in terms of attendance, but their record attendance was 105K that recently.
I've seen that logo, that on logo. One of the first videos I reacted to of Atmospheres was this. I remember that logo. They had they had fireworks in that logo, like it was sick. That was amazing. I was like, what? It's always Texas. What's it called? DKR Texas Memorial Stadium. 100,000, 119. That's a lot. I like the fact that this stadium is more closer to the fans. I like stadiums that are close enough. I don't like when the stadium is just massive. It's wide, but you're far away from their players. I don't like that. I like it when it's close to the fans. It's really nice.
Happened last year during the game against Alabama where they nearly lost. Now, it's funny because they just beat Alabama on the road, but they did undergo a big-time renovation to their end zone, and they've been adding on seating several times since the late 90s, and now they've finally gotten over the 100K benchmark. You can see all of their record attendance coming very recently, 2022, 2022, 2018, 2022. That signals that they've been adding seats and going through these different renovations.
And you know what's crazy about this? They lost. So wait, even when they lose, people still go watch them. What's TCU? Is that Texas? I don't know what that is. USC. Is that California? I know Iowa State. What they call it again? Iowa State Stadium. That's where the hospital is behind it. There's an hospital. There's a children's hospital right behind the stadium, so the kids get to watch the game. I love that about Iowa. I think it's Iowa Stadium. But UTSA, I don't know what team that is. USC, TCU sounds familiar. Texas California University. No, sorry, Texas California. Yeah, it's not. Sorry.
So they come in at number 7 in terms of the biggest stadiums Texas, in college football. And I believe on this list, they've probably been the most recent stadium to receive a big-time renovation. They've got that massive wall of upper deck seating. Kind of an interesting design behind the one end zone. You've got a very cut-off section of seating as
That's
well.
big.
At number 6, it is Neyland Stadium. This is another stadium that just went through a renovation. It didn't change it too much. You could take a look at the capacity sitting right under 102K. The record attendance almost 110K back in 2004.
How?
And Neyland Stadium, again, did get a recent renovation where they were
I don't get that. The capacity is 102,000, but you're getting a record of 110,000. How does that work? How? How does the other 8,000 people fit in? Let me know, please.
moved a few of the upper deck seatings to put in social spaces, but I believe the capacity has been kept the same. They've just kind of exchanged
Wow,
the
look at the
seating in
corners.
the upper deck for a social area, so you'll get like more fans to the games. You don't really have a ticket. It's more of just a standing room type deal. Neyland Stadium, very impressive in terms of its home atmosphere. It is fully enclosed, which for a college stadium, especially if they can sell it out, that's a really good thing because that creates a very intimidating atmosphere. And also the other thing they were doing during their renovation, adding some nicer seats right.
I'm gonna do some calculations right now. So let's say average ticket costs $50, and it's like 100. Let's say they sell out 90,000. $50 times 90,000. 4.5 million. That's if the ticket was $50. 4.5 million. Like, how much is their cost? You know, the bills probably be like per game. Probably say they probably spend like 2 million. You know, cause I'm talking about security, light and eat. You know, paying staff. It can't be more than 2 million. The schools are making money. That's why it's about time. Thank God they're paying the players now. 4.5 million. What? And that's not even hospitality. Hospitality must be like $300, $500 per person. If you're getting a box, I'm sure some of these stadiums have a box where you have to pay like probably like 20,000 for the season or something like that. Wow, it's something to look into. I'm really enjoying this. I want to look into the hospitality side of things as well. It's really interesting.
Behind the benches, kind of more of an NFL feel there, but it comes in at number 6. At number 5, it is Tiger Stadium. So Tiger
LSU.
Stadium, very similar in terms of their capacity, right
Louisiana.
around 102K. The interesting thing with, well, I guess look at the concert. You can get 127K in because that's because you can go on the field. But the interesting thing with Tiger Stadium is their attendance is just capped at 102K because you look at all of their largest crowds, unlike basically every other team on this list where they'll have a capacity of like 104K, but maybe they'll fit with standing room 105, 106. With LSU, that's not how it works at all. That is their entire attendance capped at a little over 102K. We all know Tiger Stadium. It's considered by a lot of people to be the best stadium in college football. It is beautiful, and it comes in at number 5 on the biggest stadiums.
Looks nice.
At number 4, it is Kyle Field. So Kyle Field currently has a capacity right under 103K. Its record attendance was also 110K back in 2014 against Ole Miss. Kyle Field had the massive seating expansion back around 2014 when they did make the move to the SEC, and it's just walls and walls of seating. I mean, Kyle Field, in terms of their seating, if you look right behind the end zones, it's just 2 giant walls, and then they even have some significant upper deck seating as well. Also, they've got a beautiful brick exterior. So,
Oh God, God willing, I really hope. Please, God, let me be able to do this. One of my dreams, be able to just go to America later, sometime this year. Just go for like 4 or 5 days. I'm just gonna go to one state. I would love to go Texas. Go Texas. Go watch an high school game. Watch a college game. Watch an NFL game. You know, go to a bull, a rodeo. What else would I love to do? You know, go to like a food fair. Just, oh my God. A baseball game, a basket. That would be so fun. That would be so. Imagine getting someone that watches the channel to show me around. Oh, that would be so cool. That would be so. Just thinking of it gets me excited. That would be so nice. Sorry, let's continue. But I'm a big dreamer, and I don't know if that's gonna happen one day. Watch, it's gonna happen. You gotta believe in yourself. It's gonna happen. If you're watching this and you're liking this, please, like it. Please, let's continue.
Field comes in at number 4. At number 3, it is Ohio Stadium. The current capacity just under 103K. The record attendance was 110,000 back in 2016 in the rivalry game against Michigan. So Ohio State actually had a higher capacity a few years ago when it was about 104K, but they also decreased capacity a little bit to make way for some luxury areas, some premium seating, and they've brought their capacity back down to just under 103K. So I don't think they'll be breaking any type of attendance record, even though you could probably get about 107 or 108K with standing room into Ohio Stadium. They have expanded several times. The most recent big-time expansion that they had, I believe, was when they expanded the student section right around 2007. But there is that. And the number 2 biggest stadium in college football, it is Beaver Stadium, with a current capacity right around 106,000 people since 2011. The record attendance just under 111K.
Where is this?
Beaver Stadium, it was announced earlier this summer that they're getting a $700 million stadium renovation, and it'll be interesting to see what happens, because if you spend almost $1 billion on a college football stadium, they're saying it's a renovation. It might be a rebuild. We don't know, but I would imagine they would bring the capacity down by about 2,000, so it's still going to be well over 100K, but I do think the capacity is going to move slightly down, and they're going to get an entire new exterior because it is very old. But Beaver Stadium, unbelievable home field.
It is Penn State. I could tell. I knew it was Penn State. We are Penn State. Penn State. Wow. Just look at that. That's beautiful. I like the old white design. It's just, you guys living over there. The only thing that scares me is just like when I hear about some random. I feel like we always hear about the bad things happening in the United States. Like, we don't hear about the good stuff. The only time we hear some news is about someone getting shot or something like that. These are cool stuff that we don't get to hear. Unless you care, you want to learn about it, you don't really see it. So this is very, very interesting.
Atmosphere, especially with the whiteout tradition there. And then the biggest stadium in college football, it is still Michigan Stadium.
Wow.
It's been Michigan Stadium forever. They've got the giant bowl of seating. Michigan Stadium currently, honestly, barely beating out Beaver Stadium. They're also sitting at 107K. They have a record attendance, though, of 115,000 in a 2013 game against Notre Dame. And realistically, when you look at Michigan Stadium and the way it's designed, it's built into the ground. They could very easily put like another deck of seating, a smaller upper deck, and expand the capacity if they want. There's really no point in doing that, considering, last year, their student section, some of the games, they struggled to even draw. So there's really no reason to expand it any more than what it already is. But I'm just saying, if they wanted to, they honestly could. It's just kind of an interesting design. It's one giant lower bowl. There is no upper deck to it. There's just like an upper section, and then you do have all the suites, and that's kind of been the big renovations at Michigan Stadium. They built the giant lower bowl, and then the renovations, the modernization of it's been expanding the suites and the luxury seating over top of that, which is really like ground level going up. It's kind of an interesting stadium design. But those are the top 10 college football stadiums.
That was something else. That was so interesting. When I think back, one of my favorites that they showed here probably be I like the LSU stadium. Where's the LSU stadium? I'm trying to find the LSU stadium. Which one was the LSU stadium again? Was it Tiger? Yeah, this is it. I don't know why. This looks beautiful. This looks beautiful. Just looking at this right now, it's just, I like the fact that it's so close together. Maybe it's just the colors. I like blue. It's like a navy blue, yellow. Tiger, in my opinion, I think that's probably one of the best stadiums. Tiger Stadium. Which other one? This one's all right. Oh, Penn State Stadium. Where's the Penn State Stadium again? Penn State Stadium was cool. Is that what's called? Beaver Stadium. I think that's it. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Ooh, Ohio Stadium's nice. Ohio Stadium's nice as well. But yeah, for me, number one, I'll probably say it's LSU. Texas is not bad. No, not bad. But yeah, I don't know why. There's just something about the LSU stadium that just draws me in. I don't know where it is. You can't really, I can't really tell where it is. But yeah, that was really nice to check out. It's good to always, learn about this kind of stuff. I can't wait to learn about way more stuff. Please continue to like, comment down below, and I promise you, God willing, I'm going to come watch a game very soon. Let me know what team you support down below. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.